architecture of Android. 8 top greater than applications contacts, browser, phone, etc. Below applications greater than application framework activity manager, window manager, content providers, viewed system, package manager, telephony manager, resource, notification, location managers. Below application framework greater than system libraries like SQLite, WCAG, SSL, OpenGL, Media Framework etc. and Android Runtime Core libraries and DVM. At last greater than Linux kernel which composed of drivers like display, camera etc. 2. Explain about the exceptions of Android. 8. The following are the exceptions that are supported by Android *. Inflate the exception. When an error conditions are occurred, this exception is thrown * surface. Autofreeze RC exception. When a surface is not created or resized, this exception is thrown * surface holder. Add surface RP exception. This exception is thrown from the lock_VAs method, when invoked on the surface whose is surface _type push buffers * window mode. Add token exception. This exception is thrown at the time of trying to add view an invalid window mode. Layout programs token. 3. What are the advantages of Android? 8. The following are the advantages of Android. The customer will be benefited from wide range of mobile applications to choose, since the monopoly of wireless carriers like AT&T and Orange will be broken by Google Android. Features like weather details, live RSS feeds, opening screen, icon on the opening screen can be customized. Innovative products like the location-aware services, location of a nearby convenience store etc. are some of the additive facilities in Android. Components can be reused and replaced by the application framework. Optimized DVM for mobile devices. SQLite enables to store the data in a structured manner. Supports GSM telephone and Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, 3G and Edge technologies. The development is a combination of a device emulator, debugging tools, memory profiling and plugin for Eclipse IDE. 4. Describe the APK format. 8. The APK file is compressed the Android manifest.xml file, application code.x files, resource files, and other files. A project is compiled into a single .apk file. 5. What is .apk extension? 8. The extension for an Android package file, which typically contains all of the files related to a single Android application. The file itself is a compressed collection of an Android manifest.xml file, application code.x files, resource files, and other files. A project is compiled into a single .apk file. 6. What is .x extension? 8. Android programs are compiled into .x executable files, which are in turn zipped into a single .apk file on the device. .x files can be created by automatically translating compiled applications written in the Java programming language. 7. What is Android? 8. Android is a stack of software for mobile devices which has operating system, middleware and some key applications. The application executes within its own process and its own instance of a virtual machine. Many virtual machines run efficiently by a DVM device. DVM executes Java language bytecode which later transforms into .x format files. 8. What's the difference between a file, a class and an activity in Android? File, it is a block of arbitrary information, a resource for storing information. It can be of any type. Class, it's a compiled form of .java file. Android finally used this .class files to produce an executable APK activity. An activity is the equivalent of a frame/window in GUI toolkits. It is not a file or a file type, it is just a class that can be extended in Android for loading UI elements on view. 9. What are the different tools in Android? Explain them. The Android SDK and Virtual Device Manager. It is used to create and manage Android virtual devices AVD and SDK packages. The AVD hosts an emulator running a particular build of Android, letting you specify the supported SDK version, screen resolution, amount of SD card storage available, and available hardware capabilities such as touch screens and GPS. The Android emulator, an implementation of the Android virtual machine designed to run within a virtual device on your development computer. Use the emulator to test and debug your Android applications. Dalvik Debug Monitoring Service. DDMs use the DDM's perspective to monitor and control the Dalvik virtual machines on which you're debugging your applications. Android Asset Packaging Tool. APT constructs the distributable Android package files. APK. Android Debug Bridge. ADB. Android Debug Bridge is a command-line debugging application shipped with the SDK. It provides tools to browse the device, copy tools on the device, and forward ports for debugging. 10. What is an activity? 8. A single screen in an application, with supporting Java code. An activity presents a visual user interface for one focused endeavor the user can undertake. For example, an activity might present a list of menued items users can't choose from, or it might display photographs along with their captions.